Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to Pint Sized Guilt-Free Torah. I have a question here. This question once bothered Adina Peck, actually, and it's a question concerning the Korban Pesach, the Paschal Lamb, the offering that was eaten on Passover night that we commemorate at our Passover Seder. One of the things you're not supposed to do is break the bone of the Korban Pesach that you eat, of that animal that you eat. Now, what's this all about? Why not break bones? That's the question. Well, the answer is, why would you break a bone to begin with? It's something we don't do anymore, but if you break a bone, you can suck out the marrow. It's really great. So why can't you do it here? And in a very famous answer from the Sefer HaChinuch, written hundreds of years ago, he says that it's not the way of dignified people, of kings, and people who are free people to be cracking bones and sucking out the marrow. What do? You bring another piece of meat in. That's what you do. You bring in more meat, but that's not the way that wealthy people, and certainly not royalty, are going to enjoy a meal. You don't crack bones, you bring in another piece of meat. And so there's a deeper concept here, though, and this is really a bit of Torah psychology. And he asks, why not just one remembrance for the Passover Seder? Why do we need to do all these various things? You have matzah, you have moror, all these remembrances. Why not just do one thing? And on that, he gives a very famous answer. He says, Ki adam nifal kifi pu'ula sov, that a person goes after his actions, means your actions will determine externally you're doing something that will have effect on your internal self. Your heart and your thoughts go after your actions. You involve yourself with them. So it's the exact opposite of the way a lot of people think, which is, let me get motivated and then I'll really go to work. Then I'll really look for a job. Then I'll do something. Let me get motivated and then, I'll go to synagogue maybe once or twice. He's saying something else. If you want to motivate yourself, do an external action and that will cause an effect internally. For example, if you are a cheap person and you don't like to give charity, say, I'm just not motivated to give it. I don't want it. But it bothers you that you're that type of person. Start giving charity and it will affect you. If you give, it will affect you. If you say, I'm not really motivated to work, to get a job, go get a job, any job. Be a greeter in Walmart. Do anything that forces you to get up in the morning, go to work, you get a paycheck. That will motivate you. It's your external actions that will do it. Similar to the school of behavioral psychology today. So there are so many things in life, having a work ethic, making effort. All these are external actions that when you do it, your body language, when you're having a conversation, let me just make sure my body language is good. That's up to me. Let me look at the person. Let me make eye contact. Let me shake hands properly. All these are external actions, and I feel like a better person. You say, well, I don't interview well, I don't this. Well, when I start acting a certain way, it will affect me internally. And this is such an important thing. He goes so far as to say, even if a person's a wicked person living an awful, awful life, far from any normalcy, he says, if he begins doing some actions, do some mitzvahs, learn a little Torah, do some tzedakah, you will change, even the person in the worst, lowest state. So this is a very important idea in Torah ideology, Torah psychology, that it's the external action. So why can't you break the bone? Because if I break the bone of the Korban Pesach, the Passover offering, then I'm not feeling like a free person. But when I refrain from breaking the bone, I say, let's have another piece of meat. I'm acting like a free person, and that will help me to feel like a free person. And that really explains why there are so many mitzvahs. People say, why are there so many mitzvahs? So much stuff to do. There's kosher, there's Shabbos, there's business stuff, and I got to be honest here, and all this stuff. You know why? It's a bunch of opportunities. Every time I do one of these things, I become a better person, a kinder person, a more attached person. It's bringing me closer to people, bringing me closer to community. And that's turning me into somebody, as opposed to, once again, I'm sitting home all day in my own little man cave or in my own little world, waiting for things to happen. I have to do stuff, and that will motivate me. That will motivate me to go to work. That'll motivate me to go running. I don't feel like running. Start running, and eventually you will feel like running. This is the idea of basic Torah psychology. We do things externally, and that will awaken up something inside of us, and it can totally transform us. So don't wait for the thought to happen. Don't wait for the transformation. Go and do it, and that's when you really will find an internal change. Have a wonderful day.